there. Today, we're going to be ranking every single WWE 2K game ever made on a tier list. Because why not? Here we are. We got every single WWE 2K game right here. Not all of them were developed by 2K, but we're going to count them as 2K. Looking at you, 2K14. So how about we start with 2K15? Now, 2K15, boy, was that a game. Wasn't this the first next-gen 2K game? So it had the nice fancy graphics at the point. Yeah, that's nice, I guess. But guess what? Gameplay, trash. My career was buns. Even though it was the first iteration of my career, it was still trash. It was very dead, very bare bones. It did have the 2K showcase. I believe it had CM Punk and John Cena, and then Triple H and Shawn Michaels. That's cool, I guess. Also, this game had, the gameplay had a couple things. It had chain wrestling, but still, it just felt too dry. Not enough sauce, you know? Going from SVR and having the arcadey stuff to 2K15 is crazy. Overall, pretty mid. Honestly, it was the first next-gen game, so I gotta give it a little bit of a pass. I don't think we need this, bro. I don't think we need F. I'll put it at C. It's alright. It's okay. It's okay. Hello there. I come here to inform you to please subscribe to the channel. It only takes 2 seconds and it really helps me out because almost everybody that watches my videos doesn't subscribe. It's painful. So you could be different. You could be the one that makes a change into that system. Break the cycle and subscribe to the channel today and help me reach 30,000 subscribers. And also, I'm gonna get way more active over on Twitter. Yeah, I'm calling it Twitter. Go ahead and follow on Twitter, and I really would appreciate it. Let's get back into the video. Let's get this one. Let's rip this band-aid off. 2K20, trash, bro. I don't think anybody really needs to say it. My career, trash. Performance, trash. Graphics, trash. Put the entire franchise at risk of how bad this game was. Everything was trash, bro. To this day, probably one of the worst video game releases right next to Cyberpunk. And Cyberpunk recovered. This game did not. It had the weird freaking like alternate universe gimmick, DLC, whatever the hell that was. We're not gonna talk about that. This game was so bad, it literally almost killed the entire franchise, and we will never speak on it again. 2K16. Now, fun fact, actually, this is actually the very first 2K game I bought day one launch. You know, at this time in my life, I was getting back into WWE after leaving it for a couple years. So I bought 2K16 to get back into it. And I gotta say, pretty good. The roster was actually pretty good. I feel like, honestly, I put a lot of time into my career. I know the my career in this game is not that much better than 15's, but I still, when I was a kid, I put some time into it, I would say. You know, I went for the WWE Championship. The Stone Cold Showcase was also fire. I feel like back then, showcases were way better than what they are nowadays, and that was actually pretty cool. So I don't know if there's a lot of nostalgia for this game because this is one of my first 2K games, but I actually think I should put this on A. I feel like 2K16 is a banger. 2K17. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember shit about this game. I remember my career was a little bit better, I guess, even though it was kind of weird. Wasn't this the game that had the authority challenges? Didn't this game also not have a showcase mode? Wait, hold up. WWE 2K17 showcase mode. WWE 2K17 does not have a main built-in showcase mode, but instead received DLC called the Hall of Fame Showcase in February 27th. DLC showcase? Oh, hell no. DLC showcase mode is freaking insane, dude. Plus, this fella's on the cover. See. 2K18. Now, the main thing I even remember about 2K18 was the really weird My Career mode, where you can kind of do free roam, kind of like the SVR games, but you're basically doing a lot of nothing. I feel like that career mode could have been so fire, but ended up being so mid. And from what I am to understand, this is actually the first actual next-gen game. So it had gameplay improvements, like I believe you could have more people on the ring and things along those lines, but I just mainly remember the My Career mode being so weird. Also, this game just straight up doesn't have showcase mode for whatever reason. They just skipped it. They said, I don't know what to do this year, we'll do whatever. And the gameplay, I guess, was a little bit better than 17. It's kind of how it is with these games. You get a little bit better every year until you get some sauce, but it is what it is. Some improvements, really weird My Career mode. Not even having a showcase mode is crazy. So we're gonna put this in C tier. 2K19. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. 2K19 a banger. 2K19 I actually had a pretty good My Career mode that I enjoyed. We got Buzz. Remember Buzz? The gameplay had reached its peak in this engine. In this version of the gameplay engine, this was the best version of it. It was good, fast-paced, fun as hell, banger after banger. Also, the Daniel Bryan showcase in this one wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. It was a little recent, but what wasn't bad. It was playable. And of course, who could forget the fact that this game carried the entire community on its back for like 3 to 2 years or something like that, because 2K20 was so ass. It was so bad that this game had to step up. It was the father that stepped up to carry the community in its time of need. It had the best mod support. You could mod the hell out of this game. And you could do other 2K games, but I feel like 2K19, I remember modding it to death, bro. I remember modding that game so much and doing some crazy universe modes and doing some really fun stuff that the game allowed on PC. I know console players don't get that, but I feel like the game itself was so good. So far, so many good memories of this game. This game literally saved the community in its time of need, and it deserves the S rank. WWE 2K Battlegrounds. I never played this game, so we're not gonna talk about it. I heard it was pretty mid anyways. WWE 2K22. Okay, so 2K22 was the big comeback, and I think it actually hit. The My Career, or the My Rise mode this year was actually pretty, it was alright. It was a good first step. I feel like the new gameplay engine was also really nice to have. It completely feels different than the older 2K games pre-2K20, and I think it's a definitely improvement. Obviously, the graphics improved. The showcase mode is where it kind of falls off, because honestly, the showcase mode, ever since 2K22 has been cheeks. It uses like real footage mixed with in-game, in-game like cutscenes. It's just not good, bro. Just don't do it again next year, 2K. Just don't. I feel like I had a good amount of content. We got My GM back this year, even though the My GM in this game's kind of mid. It's definitely an improvement, more content. I feel like 2K really rebuilt the franchise really good with this game, and it's a very good foundation. And I think they hit. I really do think 2K22 pretty good. WWE 2K23. Now this game, I don't know if there's a lot to say on this game, because this game's basically 2K22.5. I feel like both of the My Rises were also pretty good. We got, I think this is the lock. Was this year the one with the lock? And the women's one was actually legit pretty good. I enjoyed it. Some improvements to My GM, of course. The John Cena showcase mode was ass. I'm sorry. It was very tedious, and I never want to do it again. There's not really a lot to say. It's kind of 2K25, or I'm sorry, 2K22.5. So, solid. WWE 2K24. Now, with this one, I kind of have a little bias, all right? 2K24. This was the year that I got flown out for Community Day. So this one, I got to play early. I got to do content early. This one was a really cool one for me. And I think the game's legit pretty good. Pretty much everything's improved. The gameplay, slight improvements. We got My Rise is good. My GM got more improvements. We got like more GMs, more match types, titles, etc. Things like that. The showcase mode also kind of trashed this year. Listen, the showcase modes are pretty bad, bro. They're pretty bad. I'm sorry. Like after 2K22, every showcase mode has been cheeks. But outside of that, everything else is pretty much improvements on improvements on improvements, making it a really good wrestling game. And it's just really solid overall. 2K24 is a banger. It's a banger. I may be biased, but I feel like everything that they did this year is an improvement from the previous year, and it definitely feels different than 2K22, unlike 2K23, which felt like the same game. And I feel like I had the most fun with this game creating content, in my opinion. WWE 2K25. Now, this is the current WWE 2K game. To be fair, this game is still ongoing, so, it hasn't really had its full life cycle done yet, but I feel like we can come up with an opinion on this game. The gameplay feels the same as 24 for the most part. They added chain wrestling back, which is cool, and they added some backstage arenas, and they added some more arcadey type things, which is cool. Some more improvements there. The My Rise, I've heard that it's probably the most replayable and fun My Rise yet. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't played My Rise this year. I'm sorry, but I heard it's good, and I heard it's very replayable. My GM, not gonna lie, I haven't really played that much of My GM, but I heard it's kind of the same as 2K24 with some new additions. But let's talk about the elephant in the room, the island. Get rid of it. It's microtransaction island. Let's be real. If they bring back the island, which I'm sure they will, they really need to find ways to make it interesting, because it screws over community creations. It screws over pretty much all other aspects of the game. And I feel like having the island in the game is kind of hurting the game. All right, like the island needs to be definitely tweaked in its performance, on its gameplay. Just overall needs to get like, it needs changes, bro. It needs changes. Like it needs some polishing. I feel like this is the very baseline first version of the island that we got. It wasn't good. I want to see less microtransactions and more things to do on the island. All right, I feel like it's okay. It's B in my opinion. For last, I feel like everybody agrees with this. 2K24 is D. Actual trash video game, bro. This game is the most overhyped video game of all time. No, I'm kidding. It's us. Like, come on, bro. Create a story, create a finisher, defeat the streak, defend the streak, insanely fun gameplay, crazy roster. What is there not to say, bro? How have they not added create a story? Just imagine create a story in community creations. We would have infinite content that would actually keep people around playing the game longer than something like the island would. Like, I low-key want to make a video going back to defeat the streak. Like, I really would love to do that. I feel like that's honestly one of the best ones we could do. It's sick. It really is. It's a banger, bro. There's not, like, this is probably one of the last super legendary like wrestling games. The next closest thing is probably 2K19, I guess. But overall, bro, all-timer, legendary video game. We need more wrestling games at 2K14. All right, and that's the list, bros. That's gonna be the end of the video, guys. What did you think of the list? What changes would you make to the list? Let me know in the comment section down below, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.